Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the No Nonsense live stream, number 79, Free to Live. Now I'm on Facebook. Make sure we're going. Everything is just tip top right now. Oh, I am going. Sometimes I'm just making sure. Facebook's weird sometimes. Oh, no, I got a notification on my phone too. There it is. There it is. Perfect. Perfect. Okay, cool. All right, how are y'all doing, guys? After I don't know, almost 2 months of nonsense going on. We okay? Are you guys okay? Are you hungover? Did you get divorced yet? Did you start a new relationship? How are things? Because you're free to live, right? Oh man. So, obviously we all know where we're at right now, right? And life is precious, right? So you're free to live it. And every day I don't know what to expect on the internet. It's great because sometimes you get uh, people that are, every article that comes out in the morning, it's fantastic. Like, it's all over the place. Like, there are literally thousands of articles that feed whatever you think it to be true. And it's great. You got the people still like, we need a vaccine. They're so scared. Put the mask on. I live in Illinois, so it's mandatory mask wearing if you got to go into a public place, right? And I don't see that lasting too long. But then again, I'm in Illinois. We're one of the douche states. I was reading an article today, talk about articles just before I started this. Ohio, they after one day allegedly say, again, this is the time I'll admit. I just read the title of the article that said the governor was like, yeah, people aren't going to listen. People aren't going to do what they're told. Not going to be told to wear a mask, which I agree with. And I think there's a lot of confusion because people got a lot of emotion flying right now, right? And everybody's involved. Don't expect anybody, nobody's kicking in your door, nobody's making you do anything. You're your own assassin. Remember that, right? You do this to yourself. And so I've come up with, just some basic things where I wrote down to help me get through all this, which is like things where I stand, right? I haven't changed my thoughts on this whole thing. I call it a thing because I refuse to call it a pandemic because the medical definition of a pandemic is not how it's been used in the media. And if you don't believe me, don't Google search it. Go find yourself an old dictionary and look up the definition. Because Google does change, it's fucked up. Okay? So it doesn't matter. Um, for example, I saw this video this morning. It's about government going too far. And this is the bigger problems here, guys. I'm here to talk about stuff beyond the thing, coronavirus. Beyond that. You're afraid of getting sick? Great. Now, what's beyond that? Okay? Because we all have to carry on about our lives, right? There's no fire and brimstone coming from the sky where we're all just kind of pick up the pieces. Like, we're all still here, and we got to figure out how to move forward. So human beings, I've realized we're not too good at just sitting back and waiting. We got to get shit done, right? And so I saw this video. It's a couple police officers who start giving this mom shit where she's like, they're like, are you aware that the stay-at-home order, and it's a good video. I can post it later, just so you can watch it for yourself. I know people. I love when to backtrack a little bit. I like when I post something, or anybody does. It's like, do you take the time to watch it? Probably not, and that's okay. Just be honest about it. Like, I appreciate people's honesty when they come forward and say, you know what, I just reacted to the title. I didn't watch anything. I go, cool, cool. Yeah, you're free to do that, But again, that means your opinion shit because you didn't take that information in. You just shit all over it. So shut up. But I saw this video on this YouTube channel, and it was interesting. This mom's like, the cop kept pressing, like it was about the mom let the kid go next door, and the cops came, and they were like, are you aware we're under a stay-at-home order? Your kid cannot go to the neighbor's house. And the mom's like, okay, it's been addressed. Anything else? They're like, can we get your last name? She's like, no. And that's a funny thing. If you people don't know that, when cops come asking you questions, you're not liable to get liable. Sorry, wrong use of words. You don't have to give them any information. You don't have to. You know that, right? You don't. You just say no, and they're like, fuck, he didn't comply with that. That's the whole point. It's just say no. You don't have to. When a cop asks for, can I see your ID? Just go, no. And I have cop friends that will tell you the same thing, like, yeah, we don't really have any authority. Yes, you should really comply. Yes, you should probably, if you're doing something crazy, not be a dick. Right. We know this, right? Seen plenty of videos of people being ridiculous. But when you have your kid go next door, the guy's like, you can't have your kid go next door. Now, I will come out and say, I respect police and law enforcement and the laws. I do. But I will not live in a police state. See, this is the bigger picture, guys. Beyond the virus. I will not live in a state of you can't go to your neighbor's house. It's like if somebody told me right now I can't go see my 90-year-old grandfather, I'd be like, go fuck yourself. I'm going. And you know what? My 90-year-old grandfather's pretty lonely right now. He is sitting there dying. How does that feel on your heartstrings there, folks? He said he's lonely. I'm going to go see my grandfather this week. I don't think he cares about the coronavirus. I think he cares more about being with his loved ones, right? So what's beyond the coronavirus? A police state. Do you know what that police state is? If you don't, I recommend, George Orwell's 1984, or looking at, some history, like what actually happened to places in Europe when this shit flew down, Venezuela, communist Russia. What happens is they break you down. They convince you it's a good idea to do this stuff, and you go, okay, I'm going to comply because I'm doing my part. And you go, thank you for complying. And then they take away all your shit, and then you can't defend yourself when they implement the new stuff. And so back to the video with the lady, she just, like a champ, was like, no, I don't need to give you anything. I'm not going to. I didn't do anything wrong. And rightly so, she didn't. The kid can go. If you let someone come into your house and tell you how to raise your children and you allow it, you're fucked up. I mean, there's basic safety to ask of kids, are they okay? Is this... Yeah, we know that. We don't need to establish those fucking guidelines or parameters right now. Like, we all know that. Go beyond that. You should never allow a government or anything to become a police state to the point where if you leave this house, you can get in trouble. Like in Chicago, for example, the mayor has made it illegal to leave the house, allegedly. And if you tell on people who aren't abiding by the mask wearing and all this stuff, you get in trouble. Now, guys, I know you might be scared. People fear death. I get it. Everybody thinks about dying. Nobody wants to die. It's a really bad thing. They don't want to accept it. But beyond that, do you really want to live in a state where you can't leave your house and you're in a constant state of fear all the time? I don't. I do not want to live in that state where you're constantly in fear. And that's what we could be pushed towards. Now, here's another great thing. It's a very small group of people, folks. A very, very small group of people. Very small group of people that are really running the show and are trying to fuck it up for everybody. But thank God there's a lot of people. Small group of people don't want something. Small group of people don't want guns. See, everybody should be to each his own. In my opinion, I think you should be allowed to do anything you want, but of course there's consequences with it. And in my own life, I've experienced these consequences. I've been down that road. I understand this stuff. But you do not get to tell me what to do. I even wrote this down. I respect the law and police, but I will not live in a police state. No, thank you. I respect the people of the medical world. But I will not be told to wear a mask or be told what's best for my mind and body. No, thank you. I'll make that decision for myself. Thank you very much. And I don't see why people can't make that decision for themselves. Like, there's literally a lot of people who can't think for themselves. Now, if you come in here and have a discussion about this with me, I wish people would pipe in and chat. I would love to hear how you're doing. Like, are you okay? And not like, oh, I saw on CNN. No. Not what CNN told you. What do you think? After you've been discerning this shit for 2 months now, what do you think? Not what the internet tells you. Not what the news guy says. Not what a fake doctor who's just trying to get your money. Not what old Billy Goat Gates says. What do you think? Not even what I'm telling you what I think. And it changes all the time. I thought from day one, this is what I thought, and you can go back to my old live streams. I thought, this is all bullshit. It's being exaggerated to the point. I believe to sell a lie, you have to have it based in truth. Coronavirus is a real thing. Is it as crazy as they say? It's hard to say because it's really, you can't discern this information very well because it's so invisible, right? It's not something that I can have a finite thing and I can look at and be like, oh, there it is. There it is. Nope, it's so out there that at this point you can't even argue it. So whatever, fine. Except that it's a real thing. Now, beyond that, 2 months, I really had a hypothesis the other day that this whole thing was, there are articles literally feeding everybody's beliefs. Like, right? They're like, opening up states. And then the next day, as soon as they open up, there's an article that's like, cases of corona spike. And like, really? Very convenient, right? And people are like, and that feeds the people that think it's all just the virus, right? They're like, oh yeah, that makes sense. See what happens when you didn't? We should have kept everything closed. Okay, for how long? Until you have to wear a mask? How much fear do you need to live in before you feel okay? Ask yourself this question, honestly. Will you ever be okay? No, you won't. And that's the truth. You can put a goddamn gas mask on every day, go outside. What are you going to do? Once they give you the all clear, and I feel sorry for these people. They're gone. I understand. But for the rest of us who have to live in this world for the next 40 years, we gotta do a little different. We have to talk about things and not accept nonsense, right? Well, nothing's happening. It's like, not yet. It's happening, trying to at least. I pay attention to what goes on in the world because the rest of the world tries. New Zealand. Yeah, no it didn't. What's going on here? So, you are free. You know that, right? You were born free. We just adhere to the world around us, the laws, the rules, the societal norms. You were born free. Okay? We all were. Every single person on this planet, born free. And you were able to decide for yourself what's the best course of action, right? Every person, I believe, has a divine spark within them, okay? I don't go to church, okay? I don't adhere to any religion. I have adopted principles for my life, and those are 4 principles that I live by, Matt lives by, which is honesty, truth, faithfulness, and loyalty. That's me. I respect all religions on this earth. I really do. I respect your beliefs. I do. But don't tell me what I should believe, right? I'll decide that. And I've given them all a whirl. I really have. I've been down that road. So I've decided principles are the way to go. So when you're honest with yourself and others, you find this stuff, right? And I'm honest with myself when I go, it's not a good idea when you can't go see your neighbor. It's not a good idea when they tell you, no, you can't see your grandpa. You might get him sick. Well, luckily my grandfather's in his own house. And my uncle takes care of him, along with my other uncle. And I could go see him whenever I want. And if you shoved your grandparents in a nursing home, or your mom and dad, because you can't take care of them like you should, you're a piece of shit. I'm old school. I believe in taking care of family till the end. That's the circle of life. But hey, what do I know? So, you're free to live your life, guys. You know that, right? You're free to live. People going 6 feet out at the Home Depot. You can't come in without a mask. Why not? You may get sick. Okay. Still might die driving over here. Still going to live my life. I'm not living the next 40 years in a police station. And plus, the good news about it is, though, I've gone through ups and downs. Again, I've said from day one, I've either said this is the best time to be alive, or it's like New World Order every day, right? And again, whatever, I see articles that feed my fucking theories, and I get it. So this is me backing away for a minute and just going, all right, hold on. Where's it going? What are we doing? But, I haven't, you guys laugh at people in those tinfoil hats. And there was a good meme that with people with tinfoil hats, like, I'd rather be that than have a blindfold on and pretend like I don't see anything. I'm the same way. Like, okay, guys, at this point in our lives and what's been going on the last 2 months, you can't be surprised. You can't be, like, shocked. You can't be like, oh, my God. And if you are, get out of here. Go ahead. Be shameful. Go back into your corner and masturbate. So, the point is, you are free to live. And discern this information, right? It's different for every state, which I find fascinating, right? It's not across the board. It's states, like my state, Illinois, we're ridiculous. And I live in a place where I see like a lot of people, and I get people's reasonings, right? I do. I understand some people's things. Like some people wear the mask just to be like, let's just get this over with. Some people wear the mask because they're fucking terrified of dying. Some people wear the mask just to be dicks. Like, I'm gonna wear a mask. I thought about it. Bandana, sunglasses, hat. I'm like, is that okay? That's all I got. But I'm a jokester, right? Can't laugh about this. Yes, you can, and you can't tell me what I can't laugh about. See, that's the other thing. I like your free thoughts and expressions. Like, we live in a time where that is, and some little group of people are trying to take that away because they think the world's a better place without that free thinking, critical stuff. No, guys, you gotta have it. And it starts with yourself, always. Always with yourself. Always with you. And see this? Every little thing is going to be all right. It is. Just don't allow things to be put in the law. And people are scared. Like the video I saw with these cops giving this mom shit. They're just trying to do their job. Cops aren't bad people. One of my best friends is a police officer. Dude, they're not bad. They're just people trying to, like, work hard, have a family, live life. They're not fucking trying to, like, fuck up your day necessarily, unless you fuck up your own life based on your own decisions, right? Your life is what you make of it. If you make a ton of shitty decisions, your life's gonna be shit. So it is that simple, believe it or not. Like, what if I just would have been dealt a better hand? Nope, it's on you, man. You have possibilities. You have to make the opportunity, and if opportunity presents itself, you have to be able to take it and go. You are born free. And you're free to live your life. I'm free to live my life. You want to wear a mask? Great. I don't care. It's weird. You think it's, China's been doing it for a long time. You want to adopt that? You want to become China? They wear masks all the time. Oh, it's because of health. Really? They have over 1 billion fucking people in there. Do you really think they're concerned about death in their country? They're more concerned about the population itself. Now, see, know these things exist. Know there's a ton of people that do want to reduce population. For whatever reason, they think that'll make the earth better. I don't know. I think everybody has a part to play, but that's what I think. Doesn't matter what I think, but that's what I believe, and I'm going to go with that today. All right? I have gone all over the spectrum as far as right, wrong, good, and evil, and I just go, it is what it is. I do know it's not me making up the world. See, I'm a dictator in my own mind, right? Dictator Matt's not a pleasant person. There'd be a lot of people executed. Like, just some of the dumb. I'd be like, oh, God, no. I like when nurses think they're doctors. Well, you know what I mean? Did you go to that medical school for all that, 12 years? Did you do all that? No, you didn't. But they think they did, and that's fine. And I'm not saying I'm disrespecting that. Like, I know plenty of people in the medical field. But you got to admit to yourself, you get an ego trip sometimes, guys. Okay? No. Everybody, and all walks of life, any fucking profession. I go to I worked in restaurants with ego trips, right? I get it. Everywhere, every group of people has a bunch of people trying to be the best and have a really hard time accepting where they're at, accepting their strengths and their weaknesses. I've been there. I try to be greater than I was at certain things, and I suck. Now I know what I can't. I know what I'm terrible at. But I also know what I'm good at, too, and I stick with that. So, the internet's a terrible place for messages, right? Like, this is why I do live streams, so you can see my tone. You can see what I'm actually trying to say. And if you actually watch through this, I explain myself pretty well. Not that I need to explain myself to fucking anybody, but this is where I get to share my thoughts about what I think or what I feel is going on. And this is where you can come with ideas and talk about things to kind of discern stuff. And also, find a group that like just goes, okay, because you can't talk to people who don't want to listen, number one. And it's the internet. You get into a message board or Facebook or a comment, people can't read your tone. They don't know if you're being sarcastic. They don't know if that was a joke. People take stuff just so fucking critical, right? Hey, fucking piece of shit. I don't have to have any conversations. Like, okay, you're allowing your emotions to get the best of you. Number one, you fucking failed as soon as you do that. Whenever you let fear, anger, any of that stuff, your own pride will fucking kill you more than this coronavirus will. Fact. So when you aren't just totally living and cowering in the corner because you think you may or may not get sick, you have to come out with these, all right, well, how do we move forward, okay? How are we going to get past this point? Because we all got to go back to work, guys, regardless if you like your job or not. When you're out in public in my town, it's like I see Starbucks corner. People haven't gotten rid of coffee, and everybody's fighting through the roof, right? A spike in debauchery. It's crazy. And as I drink coffee right now, yeah, something after all these years, I'm still not willing to let go of. So I've let go of a lot of things in my life. Have you? Always ask yourself that when you're going to criticize, judge people, or go, how dare? What about you? What are you doing? Did you let go of that feeling? Are you doing, did you, put your own thing, life in order? What have you done? And then you can tell me. And if your only thing is like, well, I've been doing it. Okay, great. Now what? But, exactly. Oh, man. You're free to live your life. So do it. I'm not scared. Oh, you're not scared, Matt? You're afraid of dying? No. See, I'm not actually afraid of dying. I was afraid of living a long time ago. I was. That was the truth. Because of what this world told me I needed to do in order to be, quote, alive. And it wasn't true. So for me, I have decided I'm not going to go that route anymore. I think I'm going to go this route. Just honesty, whether you like it or not. Tell the truth all the time. Great. Tell you what I'm thinking with no shame attached. Am I wrong sometimes? Yeah, fuck yeah, of course. We're all wrong. It's not about being right or wrong. It's about not adhering to something that you may not understand just so people be like, oh, I wonder, I don't agree with that. It's like, great, tell me why. Tell me how you got to your position. That's what I like doing. Tell me how you got there. Well, I saw on CNN this article that... No, not just copy and paste. Okay, what have you been doing? What have you been taking into your mind and have been discerning for months and years? What have you done? Then tell me how you got there. Oh, well, I just, I have this, your president, shut your mouth. No, you don't get to tell me anything. I'll listen. I will. But unless you could tell me how you arrived at your position without emotion attached, because I have noticed, and in my life too, when you have emotion attached, you like want to die on that hill because you think you're so right. And you know how many times I've been wrong in this world? I've been wrong a lot. A lot. And I've had to tuck my tail between my legs and make do with being wrong and admit that and fucking be like, all right, but you know what I don't do? I don't cower over it. I go, I fucked up. Moving on. Now, can I take that fuck up? Learn from it? What did I do wrong? I actually analyze my life and go, where did I go wrong here? And then I try to improve on it. And I'm just honest. Do I still, again, every day is different in this new, I don't even want to say new world. Because there's some things that I won't budge on, which is I'm not calling it the new normal. Fuck that. And even though I just did, it's for the sake of this video, okay? It's a small group of people trying to run stuff, guys. How's your life going? Are you okay? Is your brother okay? Is your sister okay? Is your mom okay? Your dad? Is your family all right? Is your neighbor okay? Did you knock on their door and see how they're doing? I have. My neighbors are okay. Everybody, they got grandkids come out and play in the driveway. They're fine. But you could get. You will not shame me into anything. And I used to be, I remember we used to get pulled over. I'm like, oh my God, the cops. And you're like, it's just people too, guys. They're just fucking people. They don't even know what's going on. Don't ever put anybody on a pedestal. Anybody. Medical people, firefighters people, doctors, celebrities, any of them. Because they're all humans. They all have flaws. They will fail at something. It's like, look at the crap. Last night, Ellen DeGeneres has been getting ripped apart for the last month, right? As being like some kind of evil person, just mean. Duh. Like, you think the persona they see on TV, do you really think that's how they are? Highly unlikely. The great thing is, I'm the same everywhere I go. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't fucking put on a new face. Like, I talk the same, act the same. I mean, I'm not a dick to people, but like, I treat people with courtesy and respect. And I think when you just do that in one-on-one, you always get courtesy and respect backwards. Backwards? See, I'm dyslexic now, so forgive me. But you always get a mutual, exchange, right? And I'm just in the now. That's what always has worked for me for years now, is being in the now, present in the moment of whatever it is I'm doing with anybody I'm with. And if I'm there, I'm fine. The whole world's great. It's when I get outside into my own head and I start thinking like, well, man, I wonder if I got some shit to do today. I gotta go something. No, you don't. Wherever you're at is where you're at right now, right? And life is precious. Life is valuable. So it's worth living, so don't be afraid to live it. Don't let this world scare you into not going outside, to not hugging your mother, to not going to a park and getting the sunshine, which is way healthier for you than living in your house, being on the internet all day. And I know I'm a hypocrite because I'm on here and I've been doing videos forever. This is unhealthy unless it's shit that actually is enhancing your being, right? Good stuff, positive things, enlightening things, stuff like that. Find it, seek it out. It will help you. The more you give into the negative, the fear, the bullshit, the put your mask on or you're gonna die, or if you don't, you're a piece of shit. Like Chicago, you'll get in trouble if you have a party. Your neighbor should tell on you, like tattletale. I mean, this is shit we knew when we were kids. Like, don't be a tattletale. Children have a better sense of authority and organization than grown adults. You don't be a tattletale. Nobody likes a tattletale. That's a universal fact. Nobody does. Snitches get stitches. Now snitches apparently get money. Well, tell your neighbor he's not wearing a mask. We'll give you $1,000. You're like, well, fuck. If I don't fuck George, then George is a piece of shit. I saw George not wearing a mask. Hey, guys. Give you a little. That's what you're going to sell out your neighbor for what? An extra day of internet access? You're going to sell out your friend, your family, your neighbor for money? Come on. Nobody likes a tattletale. You're free to choose not to. You know, in your core, you have a value of what is right, what is truly right and wrong, and you can live it every day. You're born free, you can be free. You are free. Don't allow this world and your rights to be taken away. Why? Because you're scared. I get it. I've been scared. I have faced a lot of my fears in life and came out stronger every time I faced those fears. Every single fucking time. I will not let somebody tell me I can't do something. I will not tell anybody what's best for my body. I will not accept that. Oh, that's the way it is. No, it isn't. It's only the way it is because you're just given. You don't have a position to stand on and say, no, it isn't. No. That's all you gotta say is no. Like at the beginning of this stream, when I was talking about the cops giving the mom shit, she just told them no, and they were like, fuck. She said no. Damn, that's like our secret thing. No compliance. Fuck. We have to get the okay. Then it's true, they have to. That doesn't mean start being a dick, right? Respect, guys. That doesn't mean start being an asshole and just like, well, go fuck yourself, John Law. No, it means you don't have to do nonsense things like not see your grandfather because he's lonely, or not knock on your neighbor's door to see how they're doing. Respect these things, but, you know, like again, I respect law and police, but I will not live in a police state. I will not be told to wear a mask, and I will not be told what I should take into my body, because it's going to come eventually. We're all going to have to eventually be faced with the fact, like, for the world to go back. This is just my vision, okay? So you can take it with a grain of salt. Don't believe me. But if it happens, this is a video document of me saying it. So you get to look back on it and be like, not I told you so, but like just heed the warning a little bit. Eventually, they'll try to probably be like, hey, we found this thing. Stick it in your body. And I think that'll probably be more deadly than the actual corona thing. But whatever. Point is, choose. Do you want to be free? Or do you want to be even more of a slave? You were born free in this world. Be free. You get to decide what's best for you and your family. Your kids look up to you as a role model. You know, don't let the people manipulate you. Be like, save your children. That's a horrible manipulation. It's up to you. I think we all grown up in the same America, the same Western world. We all know right from wrong for the most part. Yeah, maybe our morals are up and down or non-existent. I get it. That doesn't mean the greater principles of this world, something greater than what you want, right? I am selfish by nature, self-centered, but I love and respect people. I have a compassion for human beings. I really do. I love hearing people's stories about how they got to a point and seeing the fire in their eyes when they light up in a whatever it is they're doing. Like, this is what I want to do, and you can tell that's what they've been wanting to do, and they work hard for it. Work hard for whatever you want, right? You have that choice. But I live by 4 principles: honesty, truth, loyalty, and faithfulness are what I've adopted into my life. I just come here and share my thoughts. I suggest you share your thoughts too, but with an open mind, not you're fucking stupid because, oh, you know, and I'm guilty of this, right? In my mind, I've thought people wearing masks are stupid. And I get why, I get all the reasons. I get all the reasons. I just choose not to. You'd hate me for it. That's on you. But if you hate me and you get anger towards me, you lose. You lose every time. You should ask yourself, why am I angry at that? Always turn it back on you. Why am I mad that he's not complying? Why is he not complying? No. I live today. I'm not afraid to live, guys. I'm not afraid to die either. But I'm not afraid to live in this world. But I don't want to live in that world of just constant... You know, you have to enforce this stuff, and I think most people don't want to. Depending on where you live, I guess. I shouldn't say most people. You know, Illinois, it seems to be more, they're like, yeah, please tell me what to do. In Chicago, any major city place is like fucked. You know, they're usually, major cities are all like, yes, do what you're told. But there's good people in everything, right? There's good people in Chicago. There's good people in New York, California, all these places. There's good people everywhere. It's always, you can be the good person. You have to choose it. You can choose heaven or hell every day. I don't want to live in hell. I don't. I choose to live in heaven. Okay? It's that simple. Okay? Choose it. What's the choice? Take the information in, decide for yourself what's good for you. No. And if you wear it, I respect that, but tell me how you got there. Not because they told you to wear it, but like, did you take in information and just go, well, I'm doing it because of this, or I'm doing it because, the TV told me so. Decide why you're really doing it. And then, let's talk. Right? Let's talk. I want to talk. I don't know why people don't want to talk. And I see it, Facebook, fucking horrible. Just god-awful. You can see where people lie. It's fine. Some people go down with the ship, too. And God bless them for that. Like, means your morale is pretty high but you're wrong. And if you admit you're wrong, you actually, admitting you're wrong isn't weak. It actually makes you stronger to admit, like, oh, fuck. I was wrong. You know what shit in my life that I personally had to deal with, that I had to come to terms with and grips with and face, and then realize, like, oh my God, everything I once thought, this is why I'm in hell. And to rearrange that, it's not easy. It's not easy to look at yourself. I know. It isn't. It's okay. That's why you just gotta be honest about it, though. Don't sit there and be like, we're picking pieces. If I got Bernie Sanders was in the thing, dude. No. You're just holding on to that idea because you don't want to look at you. And you think for whatever reason, who's sitting over on that microphone telling you all the same bullshit, just two wings of the same bird, guys. They're on the same team. You know that, right? That's the smokescreen. That's the Wizard of Oz. The politics is the Wizard of Oz. The people above that, those are really saying shit. Anyway, to end this, I just want to say, enjoy the ride. This is not fun. Like, in your heart of hearts, this is not crazy. Like, the world is experiencing this for the most part, Like, it's awesome. Like, it's good. Like, we need the change. Do you really want to go back to just, football, nachos, diabetes, and fucking cancer? Do you want to go back to that? Or do you want to try to live differently? It's up to you. I love everybody. I do. I really do love you. I just walk a different path than you. That doesn't mean I don't love you. I just walk my own path. That's beyond a selfish desire. Do you understand? And if you can't understand that, then, I still love you. But just remember, you are free to make your own decisions in this world. Don't let anybody tell you that. Do not let people tell you what your kids can and cannot do. That's on you. And if you allow that, then you should have never brought life into this world if you need somebody else to tell you what to do. It's sad to me, but that's my opinion. My thoughts I share on the internet with all you folks. Feel free, comment on this for God's sakes. If you're scared because you don't want your friends to think about, oh, I've been thinking the same way, who gives a fuck? They weren't your friends in the first place. Did you really like going over to their house that much? Did you really like hearing their stupid stories about their golf club? No, you didn't. That's a hypothetical. I'm just saying, like, who cares? Be true to yourself. Be honest with yourself. Tell the truth. And there are people out there that will listen to your thoughts that won't attack you for your point of view. I'm one of them. I'll attack, oh, that's not true, man. You call people on the... I'm like, yeah, because they're stupid sometimes, and people are wrong. And I like to bring truth to nonsense. So if you have a point of view, and most people think it's weird or it's not going with the flow of what they tell you to go with, and you're scared to talk about it, you could tell me. There are a whole bunch of people that I know that you can be honest with and have an open mind and have a discussion and then find a solution and move forward rather than just like, how dare you think that? Anybody, in my experience, who is very emotionally attached to an idea, concept, or situation or circumstance, they're usually hiding something bad that they can't face within themselves. some shame, some guilt, some inability to admit they're wrong and the other person may be bringing truth into their life. I've been there. I get it. It's tough. But once you get past those couple of humps, right? You get past a few of these painful, that hurt my feelings things, and you go beyond that, it brings you to a place of spiritual centeredness to where you can now discern information, tell the truth, and move forward, right? But you have to be willing to take in information and hear things of truth and go through the pain. That's the thing. Truth is suffering. There's no way around that. And it's suffering for a multitude of reasons, and they can be talked about for days, but you have to go through this short-term amount of suffering to get to a better version of state of mind and being. And you just, it's painful. It's not easy, but it's simple. Tell the truth. Be honest with yourself. And allow yourself the ability to find other people who it's not about having people that agree with you, but about having people that at least hear your point of view and don't go, you're fucking crazy. You're wearing a tinfoil hat. I go, okay, you really think at this point in time that's a relevant argument? I think you need to find people that are just like, I didn't think about it that way. And now that you brought that up, I'm thinking about it that way, because that's what's happened to me for years. And it's very good in your own life to have that skill and that ability to recognize and talk about things. Because if you don't, then it's just black and white, and nothing in life is that cut and dry. Not usually. So, be grateful for what you got. I'm grateful today. You know, I'm grateful that there's hot water. Every single day I take a shower and I go, man, whoever invented the water heater, thank you. We're taking baths in the river and cold showers, or you have to heat the water up and fire it and then dump it in there. Everybody bathing in the thing. Yeah. What the fuck are you talking about, man? Like, I don't know. Every little thing is going to be all right. Don't take yourself too seriously, folks.